In a world that pressures men to be in relationships, to seek validation and to follow social norms, the idea that being single can actually lead to greater strength, wisdom, and freedom often seems counterintuitive. Yet this is the core message of Stoic philosophy. The longer a man is single, the more he has the opportunity to forge his own path, unburdened by external expectations or distractions. Through solitude, reflection, and the practice of Stoic principles, he discovers deeper truths about himself and the world. 1. The gateway to self-discovery. Being single isn't about loneliness. It's about liberation. The Stoics understood that solitude offers a chance to look inward, without the noise of the world clouding our judgment. In solitude, a man confronts his own mind, free from the distractions of relationships or external influences. This is when he finds his truest self. By embracing solitude, he learns to rely on his own thoughts, choices, and judgments, cultivating independence that allows him to thrive on his own terms. 2. The power of discipline, how being single builds self-control. When a man is single, he is faced with fewer distractions that might otherwise pull him away from his goals. This lack of external attachment forces him to take ownership of his actions, his time, and his purpose. The Stoic view on discipline teaches that external circumstances are secondary to inner resolve. The longer a man remains single, the more he masters the art of self-control, realizing that true power lies not in external circumstances, but in the discipline of his own mind and will. Foster the Stoics' inner fortress, strength through self-sufficiency. The Stoics believed that inner strength is the most important form of strength a man can possess. When a man is single, he learns to be self-sufficient, relying on his own resources rather than looking to others for validation or support. Through this self-sufficiency, he builds an inner fortress of resilience and strength that cannot be shaken by the opinions or actions of others. The longer a man remains single, the more fortified his character becomes, rooted in the unwavering confidence that he is enough, all on his own. Clarity of purpose, how solitude sharpens focus. In solitude, a man's mind is unclouded by the expectations and obligations of others. This clarity of mind allows him to focus on his true purpose. A man who is single has the freedom to dedicate his energy toward his personal growth, career, or passions without the distractions of relationship dynamics. Through Stoic teachings, he learns to align his daily actions with his larger purpose in life, moving toward it with a sense of clarity and direction. 5. The courage to face fear, how being single builds emotional resilience. Being single challenges a man to confront his own fears. Without the safety net of a relationship, he must face the discomfort of solitude, the fear of rejection, and the societal pressures of being alone. But in doing so, he builds immense emotional resilience. Stoicism teaches that our greatest fears are often rooted in perception, and by facing these fears head-on, a man cultivates the courage to endure hardships and emerge stronger on the other side. 6. The wisdom of patience, how time alone teaches virtue. In the quiet of solitude, a man learns patience. In a world that often demands instant gratification, being single offers the rare opportunity to reflect, grow, and develop virtue at a pace that is true to one's nature. The Stoics teach that virtue isn't something that can be rushed. It takes time to cultivate. Just like any other skill, the longer a man remains single, the more he learns the virtue of patience, which allows him to approach life's challenges with calmness and clarity. 7. The freedom of solitude. Why solitude leads to the greatest freedom. In a world constantly vying for our attention, solitude is often viewed as a burden. But for the Stoics, solitude is one of the greatest freedoms a man can experience. When alone, a man is free from the opinions and expectations of others. This freedom allows him to live authentically, in alignment with his true desires and values. The longer a man is single, the more he learns to appreciate the power of solitude, not as loneliness, but as liberation from the pressures of the world. The power of reflection, how solitude cultivates wisdom. In the silence of solitude, a man has the space to reflect deeply on his actions, decisions, and the nature of life itself. Reflection is where true wisdom is born. The Stoics believe that it is not enough to simply experience life. One must take the time to understand it. Through reflection, a man gains insight into his strengths, weaknesses, desires, and fears, allowing him to make better decisions and lead a more meaningful life. The longer a man remains single, the more he can use this time to reflect and gain wisdom that shapes his future. 9. The ultimate freedom, how embracing Stoicism builds unbreakable strength. Freedom, according to the Stoics, is not the ability to do whatever one wants, but the strength to endure and make virtuous choices, regardless of external circumstances. A man who embraces Stoicism learns that he is not controlled by his circumstances, but by his response to them. The longer a man is single, the more he learns to cultivate this internal strength and freedom. Through the practice of Stoic principles, he becomes unshakable, facing life's challenges with strength, courage, and wisdom. 10. The lasting fulfillment. Why embracing your own journey is the key to happiness. True fulfillment is not found in relationships or external accomplishments. It is found in embracing one's own journey, the journey of self-discovery, growth, and alignment with personal values. The longer a man stays single, the more he learns that happiness comes from within. Through Stoicism, he realizes that happiness is not about external validation, but about the consistent pursuit of a life that reflects his true self. A man who embraces this journey finds a lasting fulfillment that no external relationship or achievement can provide. The longer a man is single, the more he learns the essential Stoic truths that lead to a life of strength, freedom, wisdom, and fulfillment. In solitude, he discovers who he truly is, free from the noise and distractions of external influences. Through self-sufficiency, reflection, and embracing Stoic philosophy, he builds a foundation that allows him to face life with unwavering resolve. In the end, the key to happiness is not seeking approval or validation from others. It's embracing the journey of becoming your most authentic self. And when a man learns to live this truth, he unlocks the greatest freedom and fulfillment that life has to offer.